So here in part B, we want to test here to see if the proportions are different at the 0.05 significance level. So we verify our requirements. That was done above. Same requirements as the confidence interval. Determine null and alternative. So we're just testing difference here. So our alternative here would be P1 not equal to P2. And then our null would be P1 equals P2. So either the proportions are the same or they're different. Confidence level, step 2 is selected for us, 0.05. Step 3, sketch your rejection region. This is a two-tailed test, so we will have a rejection region on both sides. We are using the Z distribution here, so we can use the table for common rejection regions. When alpha is 0.05, two-tailed test plus or minus 1.96. So those are our critical values here for the rejection region. So we reject H0 in the tails. And now we go ahead and compute our test statistic. So we have to compute the pooled estimator. So our sum of successes here, so this was 15 people in the first group that took rescue medication plus was 28 in the second group. And then the two sample sizes were 50 and 50. So let's see, that's going to be 28, 38, 43 out of 100, which is 0.43. So now let's go ahead and figure our test statistic. So difference of the two proportions. So our sample proportions here, go back up, we figured those up here, were 0.3 and 0.56. So 0.3 minus 0.56 in the numerator. And then in the denominator, we've got square root, p hat there, that's the 0.43. And then 1 minus 0.43 is 0.57. And then we are multiplying that by the sum of reciprocals of sample sizes. So 1 over 50 plus 1 over 50. And if you plug this into the calculator, you will get negative 2.63 to 2 decimal places. So negative 2.63 would be over here. So that is our z-test. Negative 2.63. And that is in the rejection region. So z-test is negative 2.63. And it is less than negative 1.96. So we reject H0. So our conclusion is that there is significant evidence or sufficient evidence to conclude P1 is not equal to P2, the alternative hypothesis. That is the proportions that need rescue meds differ. So it looks like from this evidence that this treatment is working. And let's go ahead and check this with the stat functions of the calculator. So we're going to go to Stat, Tests, And then we want the 2 proportion z-test, number 6. So our x1, number of successes in number rescue med, and the first group was 15 out of 50. And the second group, it was 28 out of 50. And this is a two-tailed P1 not equal P2. And we calculate. And there is our test statistic, negative 2.63. And we've got a p-value of negative 0.008, which is less than 0.05. Either way, we reject the null hypothesis. So just a note here that p is equal to 0.0086, which is less than 0.05, which is our alpha. So either way, we reject H0. Now, they didn't ask us for the p-value, but if they did ask for it, we can get it that way. Or we can actually use normal CDF and find the area past negative 2.63 and double it.